Hey, what's going on? It's GxrpPerez. I got Altcoin in the building. I got XRPViking, and we're here to have community talk. There's been a lot of things going on, and we wanted to sit here and kind of share and get bullish and see what's really going on in the background, and who thinks what's happening and who thinks the other's happening. It's better to get the perspective from the people, right? Because you got to know what the people are thinking. So, you know, you guys could just flow right on through. And Viking, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm XRPViking. Some of you may know me, most of you may not, and that's fine. But pass it over to Altcoin.
Uh-oh. Let's go, Altcoin. What's up, brother?
What's up, guys? Altcoin. Most don't know me. In the community since 16, seen some things, but you know, we're here to see what's a little bit deeper than what we know.
Oh, okay. Like a rabbit hole type of situation?
I mean, not in particular, but I feel like most of us have thoughts deeper than what we're willing to talk about out here in public. You know what I mean? When it comes to this stuff, a lot of speculation, dot connecting, you know.
Okay. What are your thoughts on that, Viking? And Viking, express yourself.
Yeah, no problem, man. I'm kind of in a goofy mood anyway, honestly. I don't know how serious we're going to get tonight, but, I mean, we're going to talk about some serious, real things that are going on that, you know, people may or may not see or may not want to see.
Correct.
But, you know, hey, it is what it is. At the end of the day, you got to make your own choices, your own personal choice.
We're not.
Absolutely.
We're not financial advisors. Hold on. Time out, guys. What are you doing? Hold on. Whatever. Sorry about that. Hold on. I gotta shut this dog off. Hold on. Give me a second.
Come on, Perez.
Yeah.
You dropped your pocket. Pick it up, bro.
Oh man. Damn. You see? Stop barking. God. All right. Anyway, before she interrupted the show and started playing with her toy again.
Did you pick it up or what?
I did actually. I did, and I threw it. But
all right, cool. I just want to make sure you got it.
Oh no, I got it. I appreciate though. Like my pocket actually fell, so I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. But anyway,
you know I gotta look out for my boy. You know.
Yeah, there you go. You see, this is why I like having people around, bro. Like the real people around.
You need them. You need them.
Whenever you can get them, and they're in front of you, you keep them, bro.
I'm not mad at it.
But real talk. Today doing my research, like you know, just going through the news or whatever. I saw that the market was going green, right? Like just going up, and I'm like, because I do so much research, just like Viking, just like Altcoin, that like when you see something like that, you recognize it and you get excited. You know, like some people don't understand it, but you're just like, damn, I know that shit. I knew that shit was gonna have a pop. I knew this shit. You get that excitement, you get it going, you get that blood pumping, whatever. That's the whole case. But it's also from talking to the, you know, like Viking or Altcoin, that like when it's a specific topic that they touched, that's when you really you want to blow up, because you're like, he was right, you know, and you want to show that, you want to express that, you know. And I don't know if you want to touch topic on that, but the whole Shy and you know, the VeChain ecosystem, which is what he's gonna touch on now. So
VeChain ecosystem's huge, man. A lot of people don't realize that. It's a massive thing. A lot of people, I believe, overlook it because of the prices. But there's a handful of really great opportunities in the VeChain ecosystem. Hey, and that's okay. You know what? Because think about it. Okay, so if you as a big time investor, right? Well, I can't even say it big time. Let's just go with retail investor. Okay. You see something that's, you know, 0.002 of a penny or whatever. The average retail investor is going to overlook it and be like, that's not shit. That ain't gonna, what is it going to go to a fucking penny? You know? But hey, man, pennies add up. Pennies add up quick.
Yeah. No, you were the first one to actually. You were the first one to put me on game on that. What are your thoughts, Altcoin? As far as retail goes. Altcoin.
You got a mouthful of Cheetos.
Yeah, I think it's like slowed down. But anyway,
Uh,
go ahead, Viking. Because I know you touched base. You had touched.
Where's he at? Where's he at?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if his camera froze or I don't know what happened.
Hopefully he's all right. Anyway, no, it just these small cap coins, man. For me, you can play it two different ways. You can play the long game, or you can buy a very substantial amount and play a short game with it. Them low cap coins pump the hardest. They really do. They're always, until they hit, a certain price, maybe a few pennies, whatever, or maybe even a penny. And them coins always pump the hardest. That's just what happens. I remember, when I got into Holochain just a couple months after I got into cryptocurrency, and I started realizing a pattern with Holochain. I'm not a trader by any means, but actually, I'm actually working on that currently. But back then I was just like, I see a pattern, and I just rolled with it. And in a matter of 2 hours, I made $800. This is coming from, I've been in cryptocurrency for 3 months at this point, maybe at best. So there's definitely a lot of money to be made in this market. You just got to pay attention, keep your eyes open. A lot of people really overlook these small market caps and everything, but I see them as opportunities. If they have a real, if they have a working product, they have the right partnerships, investors, that's a win. That's a chance I'm willing to take until I see otherwise. Especially when you see a cryptocurrency like VeChain backing them and helping them.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying though, because you pretty much introduced me to the whole VeChain ecosystem, but in detail. Like obviously I knew about it, but I hadn't covered it like as much as you did. And then as far as that goes, even with my research, based on what you told me, you were like, and this happened like 2 days ago. So I don't know if anybody's familiar with Safe Haven, but if you're not, Viking's actually the man to talk to about. Hold on, booted. Can reinvite. Got booted. Oh, he got booted off. So let me pause this real quick.
Yeah.
Let me pause it so we can continue where we left off. Right?
Yeah. No.
3. So we had some difficulties and we're back. So Altcoin, what's going on, brother? Why don't you give us a little feedback about your day today and the news you heard?
Man, I'm a little up in the air about everything at this point. I typically try to follow basic sense when it comes to the mathematics of what's going on in this place, as far as XRP market volume versus the price, how they relate, and what's affecting these prices. Because if you took the kind of news we see today and overlaid it 2 years ago, it would equate to some crazy price action.
Correct.
But I feel like the market is still small enough financially to where right-sized players can seriously affect or control the price. I'm at the point now where I feel like natural, organic, if you want to call it that way, growth can happen through awareness of what's going on with the Ripple and XRP in particular. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really feel like there's some large
gaps that need to be
a switch of sorts to be flipped at some point.
And I'm touching that topic. I want Viking to give him the same response, like what he thinks of the same situation. So you get his point of view, and like that, we can continue the conversation, and it'll just be mutual. Right?
Absolutely.
So Viking, go ahead and give us off on that same topic, which he's talking about pretty much manipulation and how the price should be somewhere, but it's really not, and is being held down. Like what's being held from us, the investors?
Well, it's just like anything else, in my opinion. They always suppress information, no matter what. no matter what category we're talking about. And what I mean by they, I mean the real people that run the world behind the scenes. So, you know, does it surprise me? Absolutely not. Not even a little bit, because, I mean, think about it. If you ran the world and you were the 1%, would you want to let people in on this opportunity of a lifetime?
Well, I wouldn't be able to respond in that scenario, just because I haven't been in those shoes, and my mindset's completely different. But I know what kind of point of view you're saying. Like if, I mean, I don't think like that. That's the problem. So like, I understand it, the concept of it. Like,
right.
we're just another number, pretty much. They don't see us as like how I see you, and you know, like, these are my buddies.
Right.
You know, they're just, it's just another ant. You know, they're above us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, and you know, that's the thing. They, in their minds, they are superior. Period. End of story. That's just, it is what it is. But, you know, I'm not going to really dig too deep into that. But at the end of the day, man, since day one, since this country has been funded, it's been this way. You know, just like, okay, so the gold asset class. You know, it was actually illegal for United States citizens to actually own gold before they put it on the market.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I actually touched base with that with Dad, and actually Satoshi was born the day that they actually legalized for the citizens to own gold again. If you guys didn't know that.
Yep.
And we all know Satoshi's fake.
Right. He's a character.
You know, he's a character that it's made up, because nothing adds up. You know, there's no which we covered that. But that's the crazy part about one of the things we uncovered. It starts to look like a message, like a code, pretty much, because he was born the day exactly that gold was given back to the people, meaning that you could own it now. You know,
right?
Isn't that strange?
Yep. Oh yeah. Well, it is.
I mean, what a coincidence in that sense.
But
so I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but it's not if you are the 1%, because it's what they do. They don't want okay. If you have the general population that has this information and can become as powerful as them, that's a threat to them.
Okay.
That's an absolute direct threat. Period.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of people could agree with you, because it's like they treat you like you're dumb. At least for those that actually pay attention to the stuff. Like, that's how I feel about it. They treat you like you're dumb, and like you. But really, what kind of a difference are you gonna make if the masses just listen to whatever we put out? Or like I was telling Altcoin earlier, these articles, bro, they're made of FUD. Like, people cause hysteria over these articles, and we talked about it. We're like, I told them I don't even read the articles anymore, and I told you that earlier.
I don't either. I go off my research, the fundamentals, working product, investors, partnerships. That speaks volumes.
Correct. So we really dig into what's important, you know?
Right.
The FUD is going to be FUD, because you how can you trust it?
Right, you can't.
You can't even trust the information the company's giving you. So how can you trust somebody that's writing an article that doesn't even know how to fill out a formula? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Well, you got to think about this too. So it's like, okay, so you have that whole scenario we just talked about, and what are the odds that the cryptocurrency market crashed just a couple days after George Soros came out and said, "Hey, this is a scam. This is all bullshit."
Yeah. And explain to Uncle. Do you know who Soros is?
Oh, absolutely.
Can you tell the people who he is?
I mean, he's what, I'll put it this way: what he says, it has heavy weight within the financial community. You know, he's a cornerstone as far as fundamental finance and investing goes. So when he says something like that, it has weight. You know what I mean? And to say so frivolously, in my opinion, it kind of shows the immaturity of the way he's looking at the market. You know,
Control. He's looking at it from a control point of view because it's like
He knew what he was doing.
he knew what he was doing. Because
absolutely.
Because
A lot of these people,
he came out a few months later, said he's buying and trading, and he's investing in exchanges.
which is why
He wanted to get in at a good price. That's all it was.
It seems that the veneer of the surface of this thing and the way major players are positioning themselves as far as how they want to look, it doesn't reflect how they really feel. You know what I mean, and what their investments speak for. You know, the money is at the end of the day what you're doing. Your money is what you truly believe, and it just, you know what I mean. There seems to be some. For me personally, there's a weird element of like, it's almost a tarnishing of the XRP space on purpose.
And not even the XRP space. It's just the space in general. Like, because remember, we're concentrated in this community.
Absolutely, but even like we were discussing, like the Ben Askren comment, like, look, you're obviously slightly new to the space, making a comment like, okay, I'm pro Bitcoin, but XRP is a scam. Someone, a public figure of this caliber, like
magnitude,
why would you even bother to say that?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like it just brings up questions in my mind. Like, why would you even say that? Like, you have to be a novice in space if you're pro Bitcoin. I mean, no offense, aside from the appeal of it for whatever,
for being the first and for causing pretty much this space to happen, because that's what it did. That's why everybody acknowledges it for what it did, but nobody really knows any other coin, and that's what me and Viking get into. And I
love it for that. The only reason I don't trust it is because quantum computing and this and that, and like the way it's structured is like the legit foundation of the way this coin functions is not secure within the next couple of years, in my opinion.
No,
and I get it for the the nostalgia of the space, and it's like the gold of the space. But if it's not secure at the end of the day, what's the point? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what leans me towards like the fact I'm like, why take a shot at XRP in that statement? If you're pro Bitcoin, that's fine, but why take a shot at XRP for no reason? Like, what's your foundation for that shot?
Because they're afraid.
You know what I mean? Like that, it has to be something. You know what I mean? Like, you don't just say words have meaning, especially for people of that caliber. And
well, I mean, honestly, I think he did it purposely, and because look,
I'd agree.
If you move the masses and you don't want something to be put into fruition yet, because whatever reason, you can move the market. You're the one in control of it. So whatever you say, people are gonna follow. It's an influencer. Now, I know Viking has a lot to say about the Bitcoin, so I want to hear your thoughts on Bitcoin.
Well, it's really a toss-up for me. I'll just be honest, okay? And I'll put it from 2 points of views. So, as the investor that has $100 million to throw around, you want to go long Bitcoin or short to mid-run Bitcoin? Okay, whatever. That's your personal choice. With $100 million, your ROI will be okay. It'll be good. But if you're to take that $100 million and do the exact opposite and put it in these small cap coins or XRP or these coins that really have not came up to a decent value, which there's a lot of coins out there right now that are massively undervalued.
Absolutely.
And once that happens, you buy something that's $1, you got $100 million. Obviously, I mean, it's a no-brainer. Then you buy something that's worth, say $9,000-$10,000, whatever. Oh shit.
You okay?
It says the meeting no longer
You're fine.
And this meeting no longer has a time limit. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
Never mind.
Oh, I got it too. Yeah.
Yeah. So check this out. These are my thoughts and my opinions on Bitcoin. You know, I respect both your opinions. Everybody's entitled to their own. My thoughts on Bitcoin is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. Now, security-wise, you can't. If you're a part of technology, trust me, that base has been touched. In my opinion, I think it's mainly when you're. Me and Viking actually had this conversation, and it was that. You know, when you're not hungry because you got it, and whatever you invest in is gonna make money because that's how invested you are. Because you're talking about, for example, for us, 10 grand is like, okay, 10 grand. For them, 10 grand is like, I don't know. I don't know if I
percentage, yeah.
correct.
If shit falls on the floor, they might not pick it the fuck up.
Well,
yeah, absolutely.
Hey, you know what? That's the advantage from looking at it from our perspective. But then you have
Me, I'm diving on that shit.
Correct. Absolutely.
But remember,
it's life and death.
But remember, the creators of this stuff are the ones that dictate really what's going on. Like a Sonny Luke, for example, right? He's the one talking to the people, or like a Brad Garlinghouse, right? Cool, because they deal with the masses. It's cool. The people behind them are the ones telling them, "Yo, we got something that's way bigger. You know, we're not gonna put it out yet, but this is what's going on." And then from there, they get their footing. And they're like, okay, now I know how to shift this, because now I know either I'm gonna put a spotlight on it, or I'm just gonna revert back to something else that they already know is big. You get me? And take the actual eyes of the people that think like that away, and you know, either give somebody an opportunity that's a thinker, because these people appreciate thinkers. They appreciate people that acknowledge their work, because who doesn't like to
do
their work? It's 100%. You know
That's why I feel like the fact that Ripple invited members of the community, as far as the XRP community online, to the event this year, it said a lot to me. Because to reach out as a company that big and do something like that, I mean, it means something to me. You know what I mean?
I'm going to tell you exactly who that came from. And I know for a fact, like, yo, to the T, like, and it's because I don't really know, because I don't see it, I don't have it on paper and I can't show it. But me, my feelings inside, that was Brad Garlinghouse. I did my research on him. And I was telling Viking too. This dude used to run, he was vice president of Yahoo. And he also dealt with AOL. You're talking about 350 million people. He's used to this. He's used to trends. He knows how to move the crowd. He knows what's mainstream. Now, why wouldn't he invite the community? Remember, you're not dealing with you're dealing with enthusiasts, which they don't know exactly what's going on. Let's see how they take it, and let's have them push it. Because if you know something about Twitter is huge influence on the market.
Oh yeah,
you know,
especially this market.
It can make a market go up, like it can make a market go down. So I'll leave you guys with that thought. As far as that goes, now I wanted to touch base with the V chain, because honestly, V chain to me is a whole nother ball game. Which this is why Viking is trying to, you know, push awareness, because we've done the research together. And not only that, but he knows more than I do based on it. And that's the only reason why I touched base with it. That's why I wanted him to come out and express himself, because there are people that care out there. There are people that want to hear it, that want to really intake it without giving it judgment based on what they think, like just over the top. I read an article that said that this was gonna it goes so beyond that. And in the last conversation we had, we actually pinpointed where Ripple is involved through business with VeChain, and we've stressed it, and we've stressed it time and time again. But people don't. It's like they don't even intake it. And I'll let Viking. I'll let, be honest. Yeah, I'll let Viking take over, because I wanted to kind of put him on track of what I wanted him to express to you guys that I thought was important, and it's the honest truth. I mean, you got to pay attention to these details, just like you guys like the deep dives and everything. I'm learning with you guys as I go. Yeah. It's not something that. You know,
it's a journey, man. It's a journey.
Exactly. So if I can go
I always encourage everybody to do their own research.
Correct.
Because seeing is believing. And when you see these partnerships and you see these companies that are invested into these small market cap coins, That says something. That definitely says something. Now, I also will say this: you also got to think of it from this point of view too. You know, say you made 50 investments, okay?
Mhm.
You know, let's just say 50% of them panned out, and you made a shit ton of money, okay? Well, you're gonna also need to throw some money in some bad places too.
To hold
So
that stability, to hold your stability, or to
no, no,
or to shut it
no,
down.
for tax purposes, so you can claim as a loss.
Okay.
Okay.
You're talking
When
about
you do it,
like a church type of deal where you can clean your money.
no, no.
Go,
No. Say you
Kanye.
know,
You better,
oh, I
you better,
bought.
you better clean it up, boy.
No, I'd say you know, hey, I bought
I'm kidding, guys.
10
I'm kidding.
million, $10 million of this coin, but it shit the bed, and you know I lost 50% of my money. Guess what? That you know that 200 million you just made on those 50 other investments, you're going to be able to help offset it with that loss that you just had on that bad investment that you made, more than likely on purpose when you have money to that magnitude.
Absolutely.
You know, you got to think. You have to think smart. And, you know, these people know the game. They've been in the game a long time. These are the people that manipulate the markets. These are the people that made the markets. So you also have to keep that in mind too. But if you do your own research and you see these things for yourself, you can see where things are headed.
Correct. Yes. You mean you hit it right on the
Yeah.
on that one. You hit it on the head because I even in my videos I'm not biased, you know. I like technology, period. But I like the best way that I could explain it was like I explained it to Viking when we have our conversations is Warren Buffett, right? His obsession was with numbers and tracking every dime. And he even says how easy it was for him to make the decisions that made him what we consider a billionaire today. Because we don't really understand what a billionaire is because we can't even count that high, right? It's a paper note that says that, yo, hey, wait, it must be money. No, that's all it is. Because the guy, honestly, to me, he's a humble billionaire. He really is.
Right.
Lives in the same neighborhood, drives his own car. He ain't buying no yachts. He ain't doing nothing.
Right.
But that's within a person. It doesn't matter because if I become that rich, you best believe I'm gonna get a white Lambo and a white Rari. You know, be like Maybe that's just my mindset. You know, but
Could be.
you when you see it and you actually feel it and you follow it and you taste it, you get an understanding of how these people are working behind the scene. And it's from the smallest business to the biggest. You can't just focus on the big. You got to follow the small because the small are the ones that are like behind the scene connecting them together, you know?
Right.
Absolutely.
That's my thought. So I'll let you guys take over. And Altcoin, I would like to hear what you have to say about the situation.
I mean, if you want stop. If you want my honest opinion on it, as far as that angle goes, look, if we go back 10 years before crypto was even something on the radar, the powers that be, if you will, if you could offer this type of opportunity to almost at this point seamless, like there's a point where I thought there would be a crypto world currency, you know, implemented on everyone. But I'm almost at the point now where it's like, look, we can, they could keep everyone's existing local currencies in place.
Through a stable coin.
Yeah, exactly. Use XRP as a background instrument and implement a world currency without anyone even noticing. So,
Which they are doing that.
Absolutely. And with that said, it's like it's a layup for the powers that be if you want to go that way. You know what I mean? It's a layup for them. And I don't know if they initiated this and it's just a play out we're noticing, or it's just an opportunity they're taking advantage of. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I kind of think it's like this. It's and I always thought of it like this. And then Viking, you can go ahead and tell us your thoughts because I would love to hear it. Is nothing in life comes easy. and they're not gonna make it easy for. They're not gonna put it on your lap. No, because nothing in life comes easy. No matter what, people are born into this knowing this, and no. Everything's taught, and
Perez. With that said, I would like to say that as far as learning about people that hold XRP becoming millionaires overnight and the system concerned with that, I feel like we're such a small percentage in community that the overall agenda for whatever they're doing is much more vital than worrying about some people coming up real quick because they call the writing on the wall. You know,
I agree with you 100%. And with that said, Viking, what are your thoughts? Because I know you have some pretty interesting thoughts on that.
I have. Let's put it this way. I can't put all my perspectives into this video because we would be here for hours. But I mean, this is what it boils down to. They don't give a fuck about you or your family. Okay, that pretty much sums it up.
Sorry, guys. This is uncensored and it's raw. Just take
That's what it is. That's facts.
That's it. And that's what I like about about doing this kind of stuff, especially like just coming on other people's shows because I like speaking freely, and I like being able to talk to people that I don't have to water myself down for. Correct. Or anything else, because at the end of the day, those are the people that make you better. And I mean, yeah, I might be a little vulgar, say some.
I don't think so. I think you hit it. I think you hit it on the head, because like I don't see you that way. You see yourself that way. So when you speak like that,
really. I don't see myself that way. I just, hey, it is what it is, man.
Viking's coming. Viking's coming.
Yeah.
That's my boy though. He comes in hard and he tells you, hey, they don't give a fuck about you, bro.
I prefer it that way personally. I prefer.
Me too. I love it. Real talk. But go ahead, Mike.
Why would they? Okay, now I'll tell you when they do give a fuck about you, when you stop paying your taxes.
That's true.
That's when they're knocking on the door. Hey, motherfucker, where's our money?
Yeah. And they'll freeze your accounts. They don't care if you're eating or not, or you're on vacation or not, or you're going through a situation or not.
Oh, you got a terminal illness and you got cancer? Fuck you. Pay me.
You. Yeah, pay me.
Cutthroat.
That's it.
Very cutthroat.
Cut the chemo. Like, what?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do not give this dude his prescriptions no more.
Correct.
Because he's not paying his taxes. Dude, okay.
It goes deep.
It does.
Now listen. When you buy a fucking home, why must you pay taxes? Well, okay. You know what? I get it for schools and things like that. But guess what? If things were privatized, things would be better.
Absolutely.
In my opinion.
I agree with that. Absolutely.
Free
market will clear it up.
We have to pay taxes on schools to send our fucking kids to indoctrination camps? Come on. And they don't even fucking teach them anything anymore.
There he is.
That's
a real right there. Yep.
Ever since they started taking out these little tests where it's like multiple choice, it's like they made it so easy for kids that they don't even like focus on that anymore. Not even that. They don't even stress cheating. They don't nothing. It's just like
it's very disturbing. It's very disturbing. It really is.
This is why I still write with pencil. Captivating, Beth.
They literally do not even teach real true history anymore.
No, it's very concerning. Lies. It really is very concerning, the indoctrination of the way they teach or program. We should call the programming people at this point. You know what I mean? It really is. And it's disgusting. It really is. To me, it's disgusting. I mean,
not only to you,
and the lack of good. There's so many things that are overlooked that should be fundamental of what's taught to the youth. You know what I mean? And it's just completely overlooked. But all this is covered. This bullshit. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Look, look, the Kim Kardashians and the like things that don't even matter. Like bring so much strain to somebody's life. Like when you see that, it's like you don't even like understand the concept of why that's even happening. Like
It's getting sloppy out here.
Correct.
It's getting sloppy.
Me and Viking had a conversation where he had a point, and you know, I had that knowledge behind my head, but I just didn't, you know, express it like he did. He said, "Are you from here? Like, were you born here?" And I said, "No." And then he's like, "Then, you know, I appreciate that because you don't see it from that perspective. You never saw it from that perspective because
absolutely,
you know, so
it's it's absolutely different perspective. It really is.
Whole different. And I get it, but
it cuts through a lot of the bullshit. It really does. Correct.
And then he'll kind of touch base on that, and then from there, I do want to talk about what's this thing called, the IPO situation, because I know you guys. Yes. I want to touch base on that, but Viking, go ahead and express yourself about what I just said about the me not coming from here and seeing things.
Yeah, no, that whole thing, man. Okay, so I came from the Midwest, okay, where you pretty much have the same type of people everywhere, you know. Here in Florida, it really opened my eyes to a lot of things, and I feel like I've grown as a person since I moved here to Florida because I'm exposed to all types of different cultures and everything else. But whenever you meet people that are not from this country, they're happier. They're not. They think we're fucking nuts because of the thing. Like they do. And you know what? I mean, I get it, because if you're on the outside looking in, you're like, what in the actual fuck are these people doing? They're confused on who they are. They don't know what fucking gender they are.
And they're very sheltered.
Right. And they're, you know, the agenda is pushed that every other country is dangerous except the United States. Dude, I don't know what fucking country you're living in, but there's shootings every day. There's
actually more killings. There's more killings in the United States than anywhere in the world when it comes to firearms crime, and more arrests in the capital than anywhere in the world. There's more everything here. It's just so big, so massive that we see it on a small scale, and we're so sheltered that they're able to control each and every state. Because we don't see the whole nation news unless it's like the president, or like they blow something up, or they're trying to like hide something You know, I say that over the top generalizing, but
yeah, no, it's true though.
When it comes from an island or a third world country, you know, you're talking about a knit community that one person gets shot, you're gonna hear about it. People get shot here every day, and you don't hear about it, you know. But they make it such a big deal that now it's the whole island that's like that, you know. And I know that for a fact. Also, another that I want to space on is, you see a dead body and people freak out here, or you know, they see somebody dying, or they see somebody with blood on them, or anything that has to do with gore or graphic. Here, it's rated, you know, PG-13. Like they have to hide the body, and they have to do. You go to where I'm from. You see a dead body. It's a dead body.
Right.
There's nothing to it. You know, we're all gonna eventually get there. I get it, but it actually fortifies the mind into knowing that this is happening. So what are you gonna do before you get to that point, or how are you gonna? It starts to actually build your character, because if you go back in history, I mean, shit, it was sloppy. You go back and it was sloppy. Like you didn't have none of this. It was like, yo, yeah, off with his head, and everybody would have a party. Yeah. Right.
The point is America has become too sensitive.
Correct. That's my point. But I get more into detail.
No. You do. You know what? I agree. You know, and also I do want to stress this point too, because I did say, you know, people don't know who they are and what gender they are, this, that, and the other. I'm not targeting anybody. Listen,
we don't do that here.
Here's the thing. If you're fucking gay, you're gay.
Period.
You know, I don't give a fuck. You like to suck dick, whatever. Hey, it's not my problem. Yeah, but don't push that shit on me. You know, as long as you're not pushing your agenda on me, we're good.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not gonna push you away. You do what you want, but just respect my zone. And that's what it should be.
And it's just a mutual respect. That's all it is. It's nothing more, nothing less. You know. But the whole thing about people, dude, if you got a dick, you're a male.
Correct.
You got a vagina, you're a girl. Period. There's no in between. I'm this and that. What the fuck? I identify as a unicorn. What in the actual fuck is going on?
Yeah, like a unicorn. Like, You know?
Like, come the fuck on, dude.
It's look.
Like, let's get real here. Let's get real. Shit's gotten out of hand, and other countries think we're a fucking joke, for good reason.
Well, I mean, I think it's like something done where like it's like the U.S. is like pretty much saying like, we don't have to hide ourselves and blah blah blah. And that's what they're portraying it as. You know, you go to other countries and like for stealing an apple, they'll chop your fucking hand off. Like it gets serious. It gets serious.
Yeah.
So
if I may,
yeah,
I want to interject, and I completely agree with Viking on this. I feel like at the end of the day, that agenda is so off base of what, you know. It seems like it's almost there strictly to agitate. You know what I mean? Because there is a percentage. I would say that there's a percentage of the population that is outside of the norm, as far as like the, male and female, but it's such a small percentage when it comes down to it to implement rules and regulations on the 99% based off of this rarity and trying to the fact that everything's based off of emotions and how people are feeling. That's a problem to me. That's a serious problem. And
it's always been a problem, and really, it's been a problem to us. But to make decisions on a level and on a scale that, for example, we portray somebody like Trump to make a decision. If he makes the right or the wrong decision, he's still going to be an asshole, right? Anybody in power cannot have that face or that sense of emotion towards anything, because that's why you see that there has to be a specific posture and a specific this, and that's really the difference between a Trump and let's say an Obama, right? The world could be dying and Obama will be like, oh look, this is how we're gonna solve the, Trump wouldn't do that.
Obama had a way about him. I'll give him that. He was super charismatic. Like, he could tell you you're about to get shot in the face, and the way he said it came off like, oh, okay, I'm okay with that.
But I'd rather somebody to touch base with us, the people that actually are building this country. Because the politicians are there getting their money and making decisions, great. But we're good as a workforce, right? So you got to be able to scoop down to a person's level, to that norm, if you want to send some sort of message. And that's what he's been doing. That's the whole purpose behind the Twitter. Let me tell you,
I just want to throw this out here. I don't mean to interrupt you. Unfortunately, I do have limited time this evening, but
okay.
I do definitely. This is probably gonna be like this. I don't know, man. This is probably gonna be like a 5-part deal. Like, to be honest, like, because there's a lot, man. There's a lot of information, and this is good. I like talking like this and this, that, and the other, and I like talking about all kinds of different things, because it kind of keeps it light, easy, whatever, But yeah, I just want to throw that out there, and I hope altcoins, gonna come back for all these as well.
I love this, Viking. I really do enjoy this conversation. I really do.
And we don't have to, like I said, this was meant for a podcast. I do it like this so that, because I can take the audio out of this. I really leave it to you guys. If you guys want me to put it as a video, I put it as a video. If it's strictly podcast,
You do whatever you want, man.
I'm right there with Viking on that. Whatever you want to do with Perez, it's on you. You're putting the work in.
But I don't want you guys to
I just like conversating with you guys because it's you know what I mean? It's grounded level conversation. I like that.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And
absolutely.
Please, don't take offense to anything we say. We're strictly just talking as it's a discussion. Like, don't take it personal.
It's perspectives. It's different perspectives in the same. We're gonna get
the and the oh my god and the fuck you and the whatever. Doesn't matter.
We got to save Perez's ratings.
Yes. Yes. Please do. Right now we're talking like monsters. Right now.
He said, I don't know about this fucking Viking guy. I don't know if I could have him back on this fucking channel anymore.
I'm a nice guy, bro. I swear.
What's up with that barbarian? Oh, I love it. I love it.
Man. And I love the whole darkness. The But Viking, if you got
Perfect, right?
if you gotta go because your girl's on the run, we understand. I know you have to like drive off.
No, it's all good. I'm gonna talk for a few more minutes, and I'm probably gonna actually drive and talk here in a couple more minutes.
Cool.
I will drive.
It's getting a little chilly out, and you know, I'm by the water and stuff like that.
Tell the missus I say hello. Hello.
Says hello.
Don't worry. Don't worry. We can't see your face.
She's in a level place after meditation.
Oh, there he is. Oh, there he is. He came out of hiding. Oh no. That's it. I gotta delete that section now. So no, we're having fun, man. I enjoy this a lot.
Man, honestly, it would be cool. I know Altcoin. What part of the where are you at?
I'm in New Jersey, Philly.
Okay, so you're on the same time zone as me.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I know like Perez is 3 hours behind us,
But
so
I'm
it's
a
like
vampire,
it's almost 7 where he's at.
Yeah.
But
that's true.
no, it'd be cool to like maybe set up a stream down here like in a morning or something. Maybe do like a sunrise thing or something. I could just shoot the shit with you guys. But it'd be cool.
And not just us. I mean, if anybody wants to come in and talk, I mean, I told Altcoin.
It'd be like 3, 4 in the morning for Perez though.
I don't care though. I'm a vampire. Like I'm all for it, bro. I enjoy this more than you think.
No, absolutely. And you guys, anytime you guys want to do something like this, just let me know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
And Viking.
I prefer it. I prefer it versus trying to put out, you know, up-to-date news videos and such. I'd prefer an open.
So on today's news,
train of
XRP
thought like this. You know what I mean?
It's bringing cross-border payments.
Yeah, it's the same shit, man.
$2 XRP 1 month. What?
You can only regurgitate the shit so many times before you're like, okay.
And I honestly, Viking, I look at it like there's a lot of people putting a lot of work in doing that already. So why try to step in there and do what they're doing?
Right.
Oh no, man.
They're doing it well, you know.
There's so many XRP content creators, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to try to, you know.
I'm
not stepping on anybody's toes, and I'm not gonna, you know, do any of that because there's already so much information out there. If you can't navigate through the bullshit, and I guess you really don't deserve to even, you know, have any of this.
I completely agree with you. It's a choice to participate at this point.
Yeah, man, it is what it is. You know, like, just like I encourage everybody, do your homework, do your own research. Do not go on what everybody says.
You
have to.
There are some good content creators out there, and they really push the truth, and this, that, and the other, and that's great. But still, I'll tell you this: if you do your own research, and you've seen it with your own eyes, you're a lot more confident.
Of course, and you don't have these worries anymore.
Right. There's no question.
No doubt in my mind. Exactly. But you know, you always have to be also humble in the sense that like there are people that just got into the space and crypto is like a big question mark, and that's understandable.
Right.
But knowing that you can't jump into something like, for example, we've all been in the market for years. I've been in it since 2016. What about you, Viking?
I've been in for 2 years, man. That's it.
I was a hater.
That's literally it, man. I haven't been here as long as some of these guys, and you know what? I respect a lot of these people who've been in this space for a long time, and I definitely do not claim to know everything, not even close.
But you do though.
I don't. I do a lot of research, man. I do a lot of research. I do my homework.
You do though.
I was diligent with it for a long time. And now I'm kind of at the point where, you know, on the coins that I've chosen, you know, is I have a certain amount of money that I can put into the space. Because, dude, I'll tell you what, if I keep doing research, I'm gonna keep just driving myself batshit crazy, trying to put money into everything I can that I find that's great.
I mean, you've already drove me batshit crazy. Now I want to FOMO into all these coins, you know, in a good way, because I know it's going to pay off because he hasn't been wrong. Altcoin, he has not been wrong about any freaking coin that he's talked about. And that's why I'm
mad at it. That's why
I feel like, yo, I had to like pull him by the ear, like, yo, you got to get on today, bro. Like, talk,
I mean,
talk some knowledge to these people. Tell these
Yeah, I'm
people
not
what
gonna
they
lie.
need to hear. You know,
Perez been getting at me like, "Hey man, we gotta do a podcast." I'm like, "I know."
I have. He's like, yeah. But I just don't got time because people just don't got time for me. So like, I just don't.
No, it's not like that.
He didn't say that. I'm
I've
busting
been
his chops.
focusing on. Yeah, I know. I've been no, I kind of took a little bit of not really a break because I've still been doing my own research, but I'm just taking some family time, focusing on the gym, really getting back to that, because I got injured about a year and a half ago, and about 2 years ago now, but that's how I actually even found cryptocurrencies when I got injured.
What captivated you about cryptocurrency? I never really asked a question on that.
The fact, honestly, that it was digital money and that I knew fiat money wasn't worth a fuck to begin with.
I thought you were crazy.
That's what really caught my attention. I'm like, this is the future. Absolutely. Like, it's the future because the only reason why money is even worth anything right now is because of perception. Okay. Do you know how much fucking money these people have printed? Like, literally, if the people's perception changed on fiat currency, we could become Venezuela tomorrow.
You got a point. And why haven't we become Venezuela?
Because people's perception.
Okay.
And and all that, we have there's so many people, oh no, fucking make America great again. Hey, you know what, man? At the end of the day, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat.
Neither am I. No, I'm 100% with you. I'm neutral when it comes to that.
Yeah, because guess what? They both have a fucking agenda.
They're both human. They're both human, and they talk to each other. That's it. You say it all with that. So you really don't know the approach. You don't know what's going on. But
you don't.
I believe in the person is what I do.
I believe, my opinion, man, I think the president is just a mascot.
Correct. But a mascot with it's a mascot with emotions, right? So just like they're playing games with us, what makes you think they're not playing games with him?
Oh, they most definitely are.
Correct. So you don't really know.
This is the thing. Well, you know what? I don't know, man. I'm kind of up in the air about that. I'm not going to lie. Kind of up in the air about that. I believe that presidents are predetermined.
Uh-oh. Was that an alien that just crossed the back of you?
Look.
I believe this is all bullshit.
Well, yeah, then it's all bullshit.
If I may,
choice but to put Donald Trump in there. Only reason I say that is because let's say Hillary would have gotten in there, the faith of the fucking people would have been lost forever, and they know that. And guess what? We would be in a real shit sandwich right now.
So like a 12-inch though, like
a Subway fucking foot long shit sandwich.
a Subway from hell.
Right. Fucking. So, Jared,
to touch base on that, and it's getting deep.
Did you pick up on that?
So, based off, I did pick up on that.
Okay, awesome. I just want to make sure.
I did.
I know we got to keep the ratings. We got to keep the ratings good. We got to keep it clean.
Yeah.
Guys, if I may, not keeping it clean, obviously, but to touch on what Viking said, I mean, I kind of have to lean towards what he's saying because I look at it this way: if they were willing to take JFK out or something in that realm, and I do believe there's something there. At this point, if someone went against the grain of what the overall powers that be are, invested in, it would be nothing to remove them. You know what I mean? Whether it be destroy their image through media or actually remove them physically. You know what I mean?
I just gotta say one thing real quick. Just real quick. Ready? Anyway.
Where's my tinfoil at?
Huh? What? So.
No, so you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy, right? So that whole the whole scenario of that, okay.
Bring it. Don't think about it too much.
People don't have a fucking clue.
No,
People are fucking clueless. They really are, and it sucks. And you know, people want to live in fantasy land, and this, that, and the other. But let's face it, like Altcoin said, it can wipe anybody off the fucking map.
Oh,
Don't matter.
For sure, 100%.
It don't matter, man. You better do this, and if you don't, you know what the fuck you got coming.
See, but we're only talking to the aliens of the world. We're not talking to the humans, okay?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to bridge a gap.
Talking to see, this is what I love about this. The reason why I say that is because when you acknowledge somebody for a skill or you admire them for something that they do, everybody has their own qualities. And what I admire from Viking, from you, is that you kind of break it down in a sense where like you're very confident in what you're saying, and you speak it that way. People take that the wrong way. Not me personally, but people do, and they don't seem to realize that that's how
people are sensitive.
You're correct. This is that's what we're touching base on. But
I say change your fucking tampon.
Right? People are a little too sensitive nowadays.
I know, I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry.
No,
you're on point, Viking. You're on point.
Yeah, I know, but you'd be like, oh, he's a fucking sexist motherfucker or something.
How dare you say that? How dare
I
you?
took some models today, all right? So I'm good. I don't got tampons in there. No. But really, the quality that I'm touching base on is, for example, when I had a conversation with you, it wasn't really about the crypto. You didn't really touch it as like, oh, this cryptocurrency. You said, no. Do you know this guy? And you're just like, huh? Like, what guy? That's already acknowledging that you see it from a totally different perspective than a regular person. Because a regular person will be like, do you know XRP? No. He's like, do you know this guy, Ricky Ricardo, that he had on there and slick back? And you're just like, what? Come on, you know, explain a little bit.
Layers removed right there.
Exactly. It's like, it's speaking like he feels like maybe you know what the hell I'm talking about. And normally the case is everybody's lost, you know, but he's looking at it from another angle, you know, just like Altcoin. If I asked you, you'd probably see it from another, and that's what makes everybody their own unique center.
Yeah, and when you start overlaying and discussing these different perspectives and layers,
you start to see it more.
You connect dots. Like I have holes in my perspective that fill in from listening to you guys, and vice versa, I'm sure. And that's the way we move forward in this thing, in my opinion. You know, we have to move as a group, as a collective. Otherwise, no individual can do this alone.
No, right? No, and I totally agree. You know, and that's the thing too. You know, I have a very open mind. I'm not a one-dimensional person by any stretch of the imagination. You know, if I see something and I see some, you know, proof, or I see this, I see that, oh shit, okay, well, maybe I was wrong. You know. Yeah,
absolutely.
I'll be the first one to admit when I'm wrong.
Because you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Like 3 years ago, back in my day. You know what I'm saying?
I try not to get married to any belief. You know what I mean? I try not. None of that.
Look. Honestly,
day to day.
Honestly, look. Your God is whatever you. Whatever. You know. You don't really. You shouldn't get to that level with anybody. God is a personal thing. Why do I have to like express it to everybody so everybody can judge me? Like, no. You know, you whatever your belief is, keep it to yourself. And like that, you'll never get bothered. I never say anything. They tell me, oh yeah, do you believe in God? Yeah, my own God, period. But I don't talk about it because it's my God. It's my faith.
Yeah.
When I die, I want to go where I want to go.
It causes more controversy than worth the battle. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Because my belief is that I like fishing, right? I like the sun. I like the Keys. That's my heaven. I don't want to go to heaven with angels and a bunch of like, oh my God, hobos and like no. I
said hobos or homos?
No, hobos. Yo,
Oh, okay.
you better correct yourself.
I wasn't sure. I wanted you to clarify that.
Clean it up. But, and no, in all honesty, that's the truth. That's the truth. My heaven is me fishing, you know, chilling, having a good time with people that I like, that I love. That's it, period. That's my heaven. I don't need to have all this. You understand what my concept? So if I were to express that to somebody, they're gonna be like, look at this dude, bro. Like, you know, go take some LSD and go hippie somewhere, you know? Like,
right.
That's how people are. You know, they can't grasp another concept. They gotta they're in a bubble their whole life. But
right, and I feel bad. I really, truly, honestly feel bad for people like that because they will never experience very much. You know, it's like I know everybody's met these type of people, but you go somewhere and they're like, oh yeah, I've never left this city. It's like, what?
Crazy, right?
I've never left the city. Are you talking about me, Viking, bro? Come on, man.
Come on, man. You've been all over the place.
I have.
So you know what I'm saying though. But like, you meet people and they're like, I've never been out of my county. I've never been out of my city.
It's true.
And you gotta wonder, like, what the fuck are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
And I mean, and I don't mean, and I'm not trying to judge anybody, but man, it's a big fucking world out there.
And what you gain, from my experience, like what you gain from traveling and interacting with different people in different spaces, it's like immeasurable. You know what I mean? Like it adds so much to your being and what you're doing.
Look,
that you know,
like it really does.
Like I told you,
really, yeah.
Like I've told both of you guys, I'm huge on history, and a lot of people have told me, I haven't gone personally, so I can't say that this is what it is, but based off of history, you know. They got a lot more culture involved. They got a lot more years in. They got a lot more wars in. They got a lot of empires that we wouldn't even imagine, you know, that didn't have the gods that we have now. And they still thrived. You know, they still had orgies and they still did what they did, you know. You tell those people that you were going to go to hell back in the day and see what they do to you, you know.
Right.
Like, they'll put you in a freaking pool with what is it, eels that'll fucking sting you and shit, fucking laugh at you. Like, does that mean that they were wrong for it?
People love to put people in a box.
Yeah.
Period. And that's just how it is. You know, like for me, no one could really put me in a box because I'm all over the place.
Well, right now you're in a box because like you're literally in a box. All right.
I mean, on your screen, but am I really?
Hey.
We can't even see the face realistically.
In the box.
Right. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I don't even exist right now.
Uh-oh. Yank.
Satoshi.
So I was talking to both of you guys, but I don't know if I mentioned it to you, Altcoin, but Crypto Queen, not the Crypto Queen from the group.
Yeah.
The original Crypto Queen, and I wanted to cover that.
That was the first time I heard that, actually, you mentioned it.
Me too, actually.
And it's going to be so interesting because I just heard like the beginning and I was like, there's no way. After all the deep dive that I've done, I was like, this is insane. This is going to open up a whole new can of whatever you want to call it. Because people wouldn't, like, their thoughts don't even go that far. Or they didn't even think to take a double look. You know? It's like, I made a perfect example with Dad. And I'll say this again, because this was after the fact. There's a guy that left a comment, right? And he said, you know, this guy's annoying, right? And then I laughed at it and I showed Dad because the person right above said the same thing. But as soon
talking about Dad?
No, I'm talking about me, you know?
Oh, okay.
Which I don't take offense to it, but it was specifically towards that kind of attitude. You know, like you're sheeping, you're following what this person's saying because you know you want to be cool, you want to be in there.
Yeah.
As soon as I hit the like and told them, oh, you know, I appreciate you making the comment, but I appreciate that you love Dad's channel more. Thanks for the support, right? After I said that, it was like, oh my God, they changed their mind all of a sudden. Like, oh no, we didn't mean it like that. I mean to offend you. And it's like, yo, it's cool. You know, I'm not heartbroken. You know,
right.
I still sleep at night. You know,
absolutely.
So you know, it's just touching base on that small subject was funny to me and Dad because we were like, yo, we just talked about that shit, and they're doing it, So it's like, It's crazy.
I gotta say something.
Do it.
So whenever whenever you're talking about the whole comment thing, the screen went back to Altcoin. His eyes got all wide. He said, "You talking about Dad?" He looked like he's about to whoop somebody's ass.
I know he's good people, man. I know he's coming from a good place.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
He's a good guy.
He's great. That guy's an all-star, bro. That guy.
He is. He's nothing but good intentions. You know, like,
and I love it because he doesn't want to stop you, but he looks at you in a specific way, like you feel like your dad's looking at you type of thing. You're just like, oh.
Yeah, right.
No, he's good. He's good with all that, man. He can touch on any base. He doesn't have to do what you do to be on, you know what I'm saying, to try to be on your level. Like, he's just himself.
Nah, there's a lot of solid people in the community. I'll say that. Like that, it's been refreshing to interact with a lot of them.
There's a reason why we stick around. There's a reason why because we intake from each other. I mean, I haven't been in a space where it's like that at all. This space kind of like sucked me in because of that. Because what you were talking about.
We're here for a reason. You know, we found ourselves in the same place for a reason, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, most definitely. You know, all right. So, you know, let's just keep it fucking cool, guys. Shit, it's 10. All right. But anyways, so I don't know how you guys stumbled upon cryptocurrency or this, that, and the other, but you know, I stumbled. I literally, it was by chance that I stumbled on it. Honestly, it wasn't.
There he is. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, going back to the car. It's raining. It's all good. But
let it out. Let it out.
No, you know, it's just a lot of people don't talk about that. You know what? This is another video. We'll get into that later. But you know, it was just by chance that I stumbled upon crypto. Well, you know what? I shouldn't even say that. I was supposed to find cryptocurrency, and I know that for a fact.
So what are your opinions on the whole simulated reality? What are your thoughts on that?
If we drive, we put it on the magnet. And if we die, I'm killing him.
You can't get any more real. Look at the aliens behind them.
Yeah, no, you know, it's just one of those things where. Shit, hold on, I'm unlocking the car.
See, something happens. He stumbles and like, that's not a purpose.
That's real life right there. That's what you see in real life.
This is a professional, uncut, raw government agent right there. Look at this guy.
All right. Yeah, pretty much.
1 2 yeah. We got their location. Yep. He's right by
there you go. They're gonna come pick me up right now.
They're gonna come knocking on that door. Is what they're gonna do.
I promise you, though, I will put up a fight.
Oh, no one's down that, Viking. No one's down that.
I don't need to put up a fight. Oh, sorry, I can't show this. I don't need to put up a fight, but Amendment 2 rights. Amendment 2. There's a reason why I put the space.
I like
Perez is a killer. We didn't even know. Perez is a killer.
What? Huh?
Perez, you're a killer. We didn't even know that. I didn't know that personally until today.
I don't know who Perez is, first of all. You know, I cut my beard down for a reason, bro. All right? You're putting me out there, bro.
It's low key. You blend in like that.
There you go. So, Viking, go ahead and continue your stumbling and your oh god, and then your 1 2.
No, I was actually just I had to go to my car because I'm actually driving home right now. But no, I mean everybody that's in cryptocurrency right now, in my opinion, should realize that they found this for a reason.
For this reason.
And use it to your advantage.
Do you see what's behind me?
Do not squander the opportunity. Period.
You see what it says? Financial.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I actually can't see what it says. I'm driving.
Well, I'll read it to you. I want you to be safe. It says financial freedom.
Oh yeah, exactly. Financial freedom. But what I'm saying is, you know, this opportunity is not, it's not going to come around a second time. It's just not. If you squander this opportunity, then you missed the boat. Sorry.
Is it like a big boat or like a little boat? I like details, bro. I like details. Is it like a yacht, like we're having a party, or is it like?
It's a Jeff Bezos yacht.
There you go. See that? That's called detail. That's what I like to hear. People like to envision their stuff. You know, be creative.
You like that? I
like that. It's good. So continue. Sorry for interrupting you. I just had to get that detail out.
You're good. This is just a light, keeping it light. It's kind of like a. We'll get into the real meat and potatoes on video too, probably, with different cryptos and things like that. Because man, there's a lot. There's so much that people are overlooking, I feel. And you know, this is just from my point of view. You know, other people may see it differently, and that's perfectly fine. Because at the end of the day, you know, we all have to make a personal choice on where we're going to put our money. Period.
Correct.
You know, if you want to buy this, that, and the other, who am I to tell you you're wrong? Doesn't matter. Hey, in my opinion, everybody's going to get gains. It's just a matter of what the returns are you're going to receive, you know?
Correct.
Because, you know, I kind of see things in on a futuristic point of view on a lot of different things. So I kind of
you want to
I'll go other places too, because I have my short term.
Okay.
I have my short to mid run, and I have my long term.
Explain that. Explain that to the people that don't understand what that even is.
What do you mean?
Yeah, the short term and the long term.
Hello. Oh, short. Okay, short term being the next 2 years.
Okay.
Midterm being, you know, 5-7 years.
Okay.
And long term being, you know, 10 years.
Yeah, 10 plus, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Altcoin? What about you? What's your short term and long term?
I'm in the same ballpark. The only percentage that I've allocated to willing to let go is I said that at a certain limit, you know, in $10 range. I'm gonna be honest with you. In the $10 range, I'm willing to let 10% go. But after that, I'm good. I'm willing to ride it out because the long term, especially if it gets to $10, what would cause it to go to that level? The long term there, you know what I mean? It's too much to short play yourself on. So I mean, I have a bag set aside for 10% at a certain number, $10, and other than that, I mean,
you're all good.
Like you're missing the long term if you sell out there. You know what I mean? And that's my personal opinion.
Okay, no, it's
I'm actually glad we're touching on this because I'll be honest, guys. For XRP, I don't know if I'm selling any at $10.
It's tough, right? It really is tough. That's why I almost bought an additional bag to justify that, because if not, it's like whatever is causing it to get to 10 will go, you know, far past that, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, it's going to cause it.
So it's going to be much tougher to sell at that point.
To me, I'm at the point where I'm just letting the red carpet unfold. I don't have a set plan as far as that goes, because of whatever situation it's just I feel like things unfold for a reason, and I never try to manipulate that by any means.
Absolutely.
As far as being ready for it, you can say you're ready for it, but when the day comes, are you really ready? Are you really gonna sell at 10? Like when you see that happening, and you're like, oh, and you see it going on. It's just, this is the market. This is the market we're in, and people gotta understand that. You can prep for it all your life, fall asleep, take a nap, and it goes to the moon. Look at me. I missed out on almost $300,000 because I slept on it.
Right.
So, I mean, I should be crying right now. Like, oh my God. But no, you
Perspective 2020 in hindsight.
And the only reason why I say these things and I express it with them is because they've been through specific things like that too. You know, my experience is that one, and that's why I mean, if I stayed behind, then I would have never pushed for more knowledge and getting more into it. And honestly, I never look back. You know, I don't live in regret.
I agree. I agree.
So,
Absolutely.
You may not have been as hungry as you are now.
oh, but you know, that's because like I lost a little weight, so now I get a little more hungry. You know. But no, he's I'm joking, guys, but yeah, you're right on that. I mean, it is what it is. That's how you learn. You got to bump heads with the system. You got to fail before you can succeed. And
Yeah, and to take them knots and keep moving forward, it says a lot. You know what I mean?
you know how many
Versus going through flawlessly. You know?
you know how many people lost $100 and they're like, you know what, this is a scam, because they never they take it that far, but they don't really want to know what's beyond it.
2018 was rough. You know, that was a rough year to endure them losses. You know, like that was something else. And you had to have a commitment to space.
Wait. How much you lose? How much? I want to know. Give me Give me no. I'm just kidding. You don't have to.
I honestly, to be honest with you, I didn't do bad through the space. Almost through just like ignorance. You know, it wasn't like I was making decisions from some place of all knowing. I was moving through very blindly in that space, and
that's why you should have known.
I got a lot of luck.
That's why you should have known Viking at the time. He would have told you everything. This guy's from the.
Man, I wish I did. But we do now. We do now, though.
No,
but, I got lucky. I'll say that. I got lucky, you know, as far as all that went down.
The proof is in the partnerships, bro.
Absolutely.
Right here. This right here. What's going on right here? That's proof.
Absolutely. We're here. And
right?
We know what's coming now at this point. We know what's coming.
But,
it's pretty obvious as far as I'm concerned.
Correct. That's fine. Look, you know what? It is what it is. Right? I'm the CEO, and it is what I say. Period. It's my show.
I like that.
Viking, where'd you go? Did you disappear? Magic Man? Oh, you're still there?
I'm here 1 minute, gone the next.
So, give us your input on that.
Yeah, no, you know, the thing is we're all gonna, anybody in this space right now is gonna experience some type of gains. It doesn't matter, in my opinion. You know, for short term. Now, long term, the coins will get. They're gonna go away. Some of them are gonna go away. You know, they're all not gonna stick. Right now, I like to look at it like this: people are just throwing shit at the wall and see what sticks. You know, that's just.
It has to be really shitty to stick, though.
And I'm not mad at that concept, if I may. I'm not mad at the concept either, because, man, there are millionaires made off of Dogecoin. You know what I mean? So if you catch the market at the right time, it doesn't have to be fundamentally sound to necessarily make profits. I mean, that's not how I'm investing, but it's there.
But
right.
Okay, go ahead.
And you know, a lot of people got to understand this too. Not everything pumps at once. That's the beauty of it.
Absolutely.
So if you pay attention, what coins together, pump opposite, you can make a lot of fucking money. You really can.
You really can.
You just have to watch.
I mean, I didn't really know to what extent the investments went on this, because remember, look, I'm open to everything. If somebody gives me an opportunity and I take it, I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna try to learn, good or bad, whatever. I take it all. You know, I don't have a bad attitude towards specific situations. I just you intake what you can, because that's the way that you can pass that on to somebody that doesn't know. I mean, if you stay
make
quiet,
the best decisions you can make at the time, that's it.
Boom. If you stay quiet, then you know you're being selfish, because you know you didn't like that experience. So why let somebody else fall into the same? If you've said something and they still fall, that's on them. But at least you know you touch bases. So now that it's more clear even if you're just even if you're just talking to the subconscious, you know.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you could talk to a person all day long until they bump heads with it. Oh my God, yes, this guy said that. You know, that happens to me all the time because you can't stress it enough.
Oh, you know, okay. Well, I'm gonna use this as an example. Okay. So, and it is what it is. So I told my parents about cryptocurrency. Okay. My mom pretty much took my advice, and you know, she faithfully buys cryptocurrency every week. You know, the thing of it is, she's my dad. He put $100 in. He put $100 in XRP. Okay, and I don't think he did any research. You know, I tried to share articles, this, that, and the other, but I don't even think he bothered to read them or whatever. And you know, that's a prime example of 95% people of the world. A lot of people do not want to take the time out of their day. They just want to sit at home, be comfortable, eat Cheetos, and jack their dick, and hope everything works out.
I told you earlier. You can't use that example because I like doing that so every once in a while. All right, so like, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be specific, bro. All right. I told you earlier. That's fun sometimes, you know. So, you know, nothing wrong with that, but with moderation is what you're saying.
I mean, if I may, with that said,
but the thing of it is, though, is he was really, you know, he wouldn't be upset that the price of XRP went down if he understood the actual fundamentals, the partnerships, and everything behind it and what it really is.
Yeah.
The point of it is he said something to me like a week or two ago. He's like, yeah, I haven't seen it do anything. It's only went down. And I'm like, fuck it, I'll buy it from you. You want to sell it to me? I'll buy it.
But don't come crying. Don't come crying later. Right?
Right. I'm like,
crying.
look at this as an opportunity. Fucking buy more.
And look, I mean, from my perspective, half the reason I stay on top of this as much as I try to is, look, if XRP rolls and there's another opportunity outside of this and it doesn't play out the way we expect, hey, I want to roll with that. I'm not married to this opportunity. Just as long as it keeps speaking to us in a way that's favorable for us as investors, you know, you got to keep working with it. But right. You know, until that day comes, I can't pull out personally. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, no, I you know.
But I'm vigilant to it, though. I'm vigilant to it.
Let's put it this way. All right, so okay, I first purchased XRP at 50 cents. Okay.
What year? What year is that, Viking?
2018.
Okay.
That was my first purchase of XRP at 50 cents.
Sorry, guys. I'll be right back. Just excuse me.
And I've been buying it all the way down, man. I tell you what,
me as well.
I was very excited to see when it hit 17 cents. That made me really happy. I'm not gonna lie, because the fundamentals are there.
You can't. There's a flood of fundamentals as far as this project versus even others, or even on its own. You know, I mean, if you took this kind of information and news and like I said, overlaid it in 2017, like, it would be ridiculous the response you would get. Like, everyone was yearning for these type of unfoldings. The only reason that there's any disconnect is because the price hasn't reflected what they've done.
Right.
You know, and we all know this. And other than that, though, I mean, we're on the same page. Like, look, we're invested in the long-term play of this because we're hoping the financial aspect catches up with what they're actually doing. Because there's no denying what they're actually doing.
And if it gets nowhere, that's the risk you take.
And I'll take that risk 10 times out of 10, gladly.
There's one thing they taught me, right? And it's, if you're a man, you know the consequences of your actions. And if you can't deal with them, then don't do it.
Absolutely, and that's responsibility right there. That's what it is.
Here's the thing, guys. Like, from my point of view, like, okay, so Altcoin said, if we're not wrong.
I
We're not
agree.
wrong.
I agree.
We're not wrong. And
Absolutely.
it's not if the price ever reflects what they're doing, it's when.
Couldn't agree more.
Period. Like,
That's a faith we got in it. But to put
This
it
is it.
to put
This
it
shit has been pre-planned.
I could not agree more, and I'm just saying it just to, like, make peace with myself.
I know.
We all know. But
I'm not busting your balls. I'm not busting your balls. I'm just saying that's how confident.
I'm thinking the way you are. I'm thinking exactly the way you are with that. Absolutely.
We're not disagreeing. The only thing that the only reason why this is called a discussion is because I have to kind of like make sure that the person listening understands where we're coming from. We're passionate people, and we've been in this for ages. For somebody that's new, is gonna be like, well, what are they talking about? Like, really? Like,
and if I saw a better play within the space, I would vocalize it. You know what I mean?
Correct.
But it's obvious to me.
But it's like
it's a matter of time.
Because look, if you're not reaching out and speaking out, then you're pretty much messing with a bunch of people that are getting excited, and they don't even know if the news that they're getting is legit, because maybe they don't have time to listen to something. But that's on them. Why are you in a space and investing in something that you have no idea what you're investing in, and you're putting all your faith in this person?
And I hate to say it, but at the end of the day, those people will make a difference. You know what I mean? Like, this is going to do what it's going to do, whether people want to agree with it or not. You know what I mean?
I didn't have this. I didn't have this prior.
We don't, I'm just trying to observe, and we're all just along for the ride as far as I'm concerned.
And you hit it right on the head, Altcoin. It doesn't matter. Like, that's what people don't understand. They think that, everybody and their brother has to be behind this technology for it to go somewhere.
No.
If they want it to go somewhere, guess what? It's going somewhere. Period.
I've proven
There's no.
That's facts.
What'd you say?
I've proven the fact that it's all coming from the same creators. They're just spreading out. They're spreading out the knowledge, and other people are creating similarities, but with differences, forks and upgrades and stuff like that. They're all one, bro. They really are one unit that pretty much mapped out what all the utilities were going to be. Because if that one spot where you see Jeb and you see Joe Katz and you see Chris and you see like all these guys, the Nick, and then Crypto Queen, which you guys don't even know about yet. But
I'm waiting to hear about that.
Oh, that's
good. Yeah.
That's gonna be some woo woo.
I'll tell you, and that's what I found through my research. Everybody that's somebody in this space is working together.
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't care if it's VeChain or Harmony, or it's Harmony or Chainlink.
It could all be the same. It could all be the same coin, and they just putting different names on it.
Strength in numbers.
Okay. And here's the thing, and this is another thing that people have to realize is, in order for this space to work, it's such a low market cap right now that they have no choice but to work together if they want this space to work.
It has been nice though that the last 3 days we had 30 billion influx into the market. I did like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's been nice. I'm cool with that.
And that's not even the tip of the iceberg.
No, sir.
So what is the tip of the iceberg? I would like to know, sir.
Previous market highs, 850, 900 billion cap.
Wait till that market cap gets above $1 trillion. You see what the hell happens.
What's gonna happen?
FOMO.
People are gonna be FOMOing. People are gonna be selling their kids. People are gonna be selling their houses.
Kids, what's
Hairline.
And people, hey, we laugh, but that's the honest truth. This market is crazy. Like Viking, for example, he has to say 2 words, and I'm like, okay, I'm in. I'll take you to the candy shop, bro. Let's go, all in. Honestly, he told me about like 3 different coins, and he went in depth, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm in. I'll hire him to sell for me. Type of shit.
Look,
this guy.
I was telling Perez, look, Viking don't come around and play you some shit. Like, that's some real shit. Viking speaking some shit. Some real shit.
Boom, boom. That's it. You know.
That's I told him, like, look, from the I don't know shit about the situation or the person, but it comes off that it rings that way to me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It really does.
The confidence that
it
comes
really
out.
does.
It's a confidence. Like, bro, do you understand that? And it's just like, yeah, I get it. I get, like, you just jump in before you. Whoa, what's going on? You know, what's happening here? He's gonna zap me.
I appreciate it, guys.
5 minutes.
I appreciate it. And you know what? And you know what though? I still encourage you guys to do your own research too. You know, because I'm
always
do it, and we do it.
like,
Which is
dude,
why
I'm not. I don't. Like I said before, man. I don't claim to know everything. I just do a lot of research, man. I connect dots, dude. I even go as deep sometimes on certain things that I want to know. I'll investigate the whole damn team, try to get, you know, their whole resume, for God's sakes, and see where they've been. Okay, so perfect example of that. There's a team member that is on the board of Player that used to work at PwC.
and explain to the people what PwC is, because that's one thing that they're.
Well, if you know anything about, if you've done your homework on VeChain, you know that that was a huge partnership for VeChain.
Absolutely.
That was a huge partnership for VeChain, as well as DNVGL. You know, PwC is coming to America, and they're gonna extend that partnership with Walmart in America with VeChain.
You know,
Like, there's a lot of things, man, that are just
utility.
That are just in the work. And here's another thing. I've connected XRP with VeChain.
correct.
You know, through partnerships.
People do. I mean,
The two biggest coins that have the most utility. Come on, that's not a coincidence, guys. It's time to wake up.
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, they're all gonna, in my opinion, if it plays out the way or anywhere close to the way we see it, it's kind of hard not to be in bed with XRP at the end of the day, because they're serving them, they're bettering them as individual coins by utilizing what XRP is offering.
so Bitcoin, so Bitcoin was the Napster of fucking come on, dude. Like, he doesn't even have to say shit. He just has to, like, so the Napster, you guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Garden House, bro. Come on.
BG, man.
He has the same speech. Why? You don't even gotta talk much. They were funded by the fucking financial institutions. Period. That's Chris Larson came from that background. He's the one that got him all the funding. You know, like, if you can't just trace that simple fact that these, you know, the only reason why, because honestly, Stellar, and I'm pro XRP and I'm pro everything, but I'm pro money is what I am, you know.
Right, everybody is. I don't care what, you know, you can be a fan of the technology and everything. Like, I think the technology is cool, but let's face it, at the end of the day, we're all here for the fucking money.
Correct. And the growth and the knowledge.
That's 100% Viking. You appreciate the technology, but we're here for the same reason, and it doesn't take away from it. You know?
And in all honesty, Stellar's a million times better than XRP. And I'll tell you that by far, just from my research. Just because they got a team that has 300 years of experience behind it. 300 years, and it's a fork of XRP. People don't understand what that is. When you fork something, it's because you upgrade it. Just like Ethereum Classic, Ethereum, you know? You got Bitcoin, you got Dash. You got
IBM is serious.
You know?
IBM is a very serious player. They've been around for a long time.
IBM, people don't understand that IBM created the financial programming itself. You know, that you don't come 300 years and be successful for no reason. Something's back.
They're
you know what? I'll tell you another company that I bet. I haven't really seen it yet, but I haven't looked for it either. But I'll tell you another company that I bet is in a cryptocurrency. And actually, I'm going to look now that I think about it, is GE. I don't know if you guys know anything about GE, but
General Electric?
GE, yeah, General Electric. I don't know if you guys know, but General Electric has their hands in every damn thing. I used to work for the oil and gas division.
It's deep, right?
Yeah, no, I have. I mean, GE has it in my pocket, you know.
the things that GE is involved with, literally every damn thing.
Yeah.
And it's the truth.
Literally.
It's the truth. I told people to invest when they crashed. When their market crashed, I told everybody, buy their stocks. Look, it was at like, their stocks were like at $1.14 back then, like
Right.
when it crashed. Now it's at like $12. I just looked
Right.
earlier.
Yeah.
It's crazy when you boil it down how few players there are at the top.
Oh yeah.
You know, I
The
say
real
that.
ballers.
And they're there for a reason.
Absolutely, no doubt.
Okay.
No doubt.
Now that we come to that conclusion, I wanted to ask you guys, because we never touched base on it. What do you guys think about the IPO?
Viking, you want to go on this, or you want me to take it?
Go for it, man.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Initially, a gut reaction.
Great.
It was negative for me. I just kind of had a reaction of when you get shareholders involved, there's a big concern around quarterly profits and things of this nature, and I didn't like that taste in my mouth.
Right.
But when it sat with me for a while, it seems like, man, there's for a crypto-based company to go public like that on that scale is you can't be mad about the exposure for the space.
No, no, no.
And what it says for Ripple and XRP itself, like it's like, man, like I'm willing to take my bet with that versus being against the IPO at this point. I'm 100% IPO. I endorse it, and I'm willing to take the risk. You know,
I am too, but you know who's in control right now? Brad Garlinghouse, and that's the reason why he got hired. He's going with the ideas, bro.
God bless him.
And you know what, man? I definitely 100% agree with Altcoin. At first, man, not even gonna lie, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
It was bad at first, right? It felt bad.
Yeah,
at first. It really
like
did.
I'm like, no, I got to dig more into this because
I didn't think good or bad, to be honest. You know why I didn't think good or bad? Because I didn't really know what the meaning behind that even, like.
Me either. I heard other
Fine.
people's perspectives, and that's where I formulated my negative opinion on it. I was like,
Correct.
oh man, they're making a point,
I
but I had to sit with it, you know?
I have to look behind that scene because I don't understand it. So I'm not gonna listen
Same
to
here,
guy,
same here, absolutely.
But if they did, everybody did give a negative buy. I was like, what the hell's going on? You know?
But I will say, like Altcoin said though, the exposure
Absolutely
set it on fire anyway. Because here's the thing that we also have to realize anyway. Ripple Net is XRP.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
They have to use XRP. They have a choice.
Ripple Labs, you mean? Ripple
Yeah,
Labs?
Ripple Net. When they use the product Ripple Net, it's
Ripple Net.
XRP.
Yeah. Just like, look, another great aspect that I figured out in my last video, which I told Viking about, was Interstellar, which was Chain and Lightyear. There were two different companies. They put them together. They created Zelle. Now, I don't know if you have experience with Zelle, but Zelle is like I was telling Viking. You're pretty much you're sending money from one bank to another, and it's getting to you in seconds. How they do that?
I use Zelle all the time. Actually.
Grind up.
I use it all the time. I use it all the time too. But what makes you think that we're not already using this stuff? And this is what drives me insane.
We are.
Because what's gonna be the difference? It's gonna be the same process. You know, we're digital all day. You don't see cash barely. You know.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I love the passion about it, Perez, because I mean,
come on. I
mean, we see the writing on the wall, you know, like we do.
I do fiber optics, and I could get deep. I could get real deep with this because I know how it works. Meaning, I know how they can get something to get that fast. It's the speed.
You're all in that 5G realm. Then you know all about all that.
Correct. So based off of
that's a whole other video.
That's a whole another one we got.
Okay. Okay. You know what? Let them FOMO. No.
No, they will. They will.
Hey, I just want to say something. I definitely have to go.
Okay, no, that's fine. I mean, we appreciate you.
I gotta get up at 4 a.m. Gotta go to the gym.
Hey, listen, I don't want to hear wah. You go to sleep and you wake up and then you call me.
Respect, Viking. I'm glad we got to talk tonight. I really am.
Nah, much respect for you, brother.
It, man. Much respect to you too, man. I'm glad we got to do this, and I can't wait to do more because You know, I like doing this, man. I like doing this for real people. I like everybody has an opinion. You know, I like it.
You get
We will learn from each other. You know what I mean? Like we learn from each other at the end of the
We
day.
grow together.
That's why we're here.
And if, for whoever liked it, cool. For whoever didn't like it, just tune off and put your little thumbs down. It makes you feel better. It doesn't matter. I know that the people that actually know us will understand where we're coming from and what kind of like how we touch these bases and get to know us, because it's coming. It's gonna be more and more and more. So those of you that like us, it's gonna be more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Bow.
This is what it is, man. You know, at the end of the day, you know, here's the thing. This is what people have to realize. Not everybody's going to like you. And that's okay.
It is.
It's perfectly fine. Not everybody's going to like you.
Territory.
Because I'm annoying.
What really matters is that you're real. You're 100% honest about stuff, and you know you're not intentionally trying to lead people down the wrong path.
I would never do that. Not without experience. Because that's how people get. You don't know you can put their livelihood in here. But Viking, I know you got to go, and I don't want to keep you. You know.
Yeah, my dogs are barking like a motherfucker.
So yeah, I mean, go ahead and you can sign off, and we'll talk about this tomorrow. But I really appreciate you coming on the show and showing love, man. That's all it's about.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.
All right, brother.
Love Viking.
We'll talk.
Yes, sir. So, I mean, he talks and he says it's strong, but that's just sometimes people just gotta hear it that way. This is an explicit. This is not a clean version. We did this for us. For us, meaning the people that want to hear it. And I'm the type that I like hearing stuff because I like to hear people's opinions. I like to look somewhere and not have to like clean myself off or wipe myself off with a cloth just because somebody's around. Like, man, I'm not.
I couldn't agree more. And you know, to be honest with you, I feel like people are yearning for this type of thing because the news, that's given, that's handled. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's a lot of people looking for feedback from other people involved in the space organically. Like, look, what are other people really feeling out here? Like, how do you know what I mean? Like,
how do you even get to this point where we sit here and like we find an understanding between us, because you find an understanding with people who are passionate. I'm not trying to prove anybody wrong.
no.
I'm trying to prove everybody right. But it's listening and not withholding. That's the only way you're going to see it from another point of view, unless you want to do your own research. You understand? So you can't be a maxi and not like be a maxi without doing research.
I mean, even if you do and you come up with some good shit, some good stuff,
That's why I'm not
communicate
biased.
it to the community, you know what I mean, in a positive way to enlighten everyone. Don't, you know what I mean, come off combative and all that.
And myself, because I feed off you guys too.
No, absolutely, man. Like, we're here to move the movement forward.
Just don't forget.
For lack of a way, you know, that's what it is.
Don't forget what you got in the space for. It was for financial freedom, not for the love of XRP. Because at the end of the day, XRP ain't gonna rub your back. You know.
No, I didn't step in here thinking XRP at all. It's just that's what makes sense when you boil down the data at the end of the day. So
right. And then
that's why we all are here.
Yes. Boom.
It's as simple as that. You know what I mean?
That's what
it's
it
as
boils
simple
down
as that.
to. That's what it boils down to at the end.
Yeah, I mean,
XRP,
and 500 plus employees. The end of 2019. What's the next best? 5-6 employees.
$10 billion company. You forgot to mention. And
10 billion. 10 billion.
10 billion. 10 billion.
10 billion. And that's pre-IPO. If they go IPO, believe the evaluation of Ripple will be much higher. Much higher. I guarantee you at least double. I guarantee you at least double.
I mean, hey, what we got to do is we got to do a dive on fucking the real meaning behind what's the plan when a company goes from something that they're preaching, but I'm pretty sure it's because of the use case. So now not only the use case, but the mass adoption as a whole. And some people don't understand it as crypto. Other people understand it as an IPO. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's just a different language.
Agreed.
What I do want to understand is what does that mean? Like, what does that really mean? Because I hear it and I'm still not 100% with, I'm not ashamed to say it. Like, I haven't done my research on that.
No, I'm right there with you. And I feel like there's a disconnect between Ripple, the company, and its main product, XRP.
And it wasn't,
look, without XRP, Ripple, what has Ripple done without XRP in its functionality?
well, in the beginning,
You know what I mean?
No, and that's 100% honest. But in the beginning, if you actually like dove into stuff like I did, it was always super negative in the sense that it was always X current or X rapid that they would talk about, and they would be like, "Oh, there's no use case for XRP. There's no use case for XRP." You know, you can't just stop when you hear that. You can't just be like, "Oh my God, this is horrible." You know how many people are gonna miss out because of that? You just,
I mean,
if you're embedded and you put your time in, just what's the worst thing that can happen? A bad outcome?
and
It's not gonna happen.
Here's the thing with that. Like, I got two parts on this. One, worst case scenario, we're so on top of this as much as we can be. We are aware enough to know that, look, if XRP doesn't seem to play out the way that we expect it to, we are willing to roll and move into the next best option. You know what I mean? Like, none of us are married to that. We're married to it because of what its potential payback is. Exactly.
What does it stand for? Financial freedom.
Exactly. And, if it seemed like it was going to the dirt, we would all, as a community overall, the smart ones, move into the next best thing. But right now, it's like, look, the countdown's clicking. You know what I mean? Like
you either make a decision now or you're going to miss out. And we're not financial advisors, but we have a little bit of knowledge. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I can consult somebody on uses, not consult you on any advice financially, but we're speaking out of experience and we're still learning as we go. So you take it for what it is. Do your own research. Don't take it from us. Take it from yourself. Always. Emphasize.
That's default. That's responsibility. You know what I mean?
Period.
If you're not operating from that place, that's on you, and you should know better. But
I'm responding to Viking. That's why I keep looking at the screen, because I'm responding because he's like, I'm sorry, but I'm ready for a part 2. Like, because I know he is.
Oh, that was awesome. I can't wait for the next one, man. Vikings, good people.
But yeah, what'd you think? What'd you think about his? I mean, I knew you agreed with him on most of the stuff he was saying, but there's a lot of people that they won't understand his concept because he just hits you with it, and he hits you with it hard. Like there's no beating around the bush with Viking at all, and that's what I appreciate about him.
I feel like sometimes people want things laid out for them, ABC type thing, and I'm not mad at them for that, because I was in the same place.
And we did touch some subjects that were very, very touchy, but
absolutely.
At the same time, you're either gonna confront it or you're gonna run away from it. And when you run away from it, that's when you don't understand the perspective of another person, because they might not be directly talking to you. Like, people take it so personal.
You're not helping anyone out
by doing that.
Because if you speak your truth on any given subject, you're helping people by putting your authentic opinion out there about it. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. So if you want to come out here and do this and do that, that's fine. But if you're not speaking your truth, you're not helping anyone at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and I don't like to live my life a lie. All right.
No, it's not cool.
And
it's not
and
cool,
like
man.
just like if I disagree with Altcoin, I'll tell them, hey, look, I disagree, but I'll tell them why.
And I respect that, absolutely, and I want to hear it. You know what I mean? And
I'm not here to agree. Then, I'm not a dummy either. We have to have some sort of like, okay, we don't agree on that, but why?
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't just disagree to disagree. You disagree, but you prove the point so that we understand, because maybe we're not captivating your view.
And that's why I try to take a default stance of being very novice. You know what I mean? Because one, I just default respect the content creators, yourself included, that put the work in on the day-to-day, because I know what that takes. And two, it's like, man, like, that's handled. That areas handled by all these people. So I'd rather just, you know, interact with that space versus trying to
fight it, because
myself into it. You know,
why does it always have to be a battle?
It doesn't, because look, when it comes down to it, if you're not concerned about content returns and, you know, this and that, as far as revenue from that, we're all here for the same thing. And that's what we see as the potential returns for this investment.
And when we speak, we don't speak because we want to tell lies. We speak because we have a passion and we have a belief behind it.
Yeah. And if anything, it's like, look, we hear you guys. We hear everyone. We just want to put our 2 cents in, so you can consider that in your, you know, calculations or whatever you're doing.
And what do I always say? Leave it in the comments. I want to know. Tell me the details. You know, and I answer to all the comments. I mean, unless you're coming in there and you're just like, you know what?
Some people are a little reckless. I get it, but
and I'll be like, all right, suck it. Why? What's up? You know, is it popping? Is there gold? Like, what's going on?
I get it. There's a lot of frustration, I'm sure, in the community. You know,
it's a hard market, bro. It's a hard market.
It really is.
Unless you know TA and you know the charts, and I mean, you're coming in here blind with pennies, and then what happens is you start to grow on it. It's kind of like a little.
You get these expectations, you know.
But you can't come into the space. Look, the first thought that has to go through your head is, I'm gonna invest money. Don't expect it back.
Well, I mean, that's responsible. You know, that's responsible.
And I know there's a lot of people out there that have issues with that. But that's why I mention it most of the time, because if you are that person that's overly invested, take a step back and think. You know, that's all I'm asking. I'm not telling you to stop, because I'm nobody. I'm not your mom, your dad, your whatever. It's the point of, you know,
just be grounded with your expectations of the space. You know what I mean?
And respect people.
Slightly grounded.
You're angry, but maybe this person's not angry. Like, why do you want to ruin this person's day? Why? Because oh my God, I could lose it all right now, and I still wouldn't put that out in the space. In a sense that, like, if I lose an arm, for example, I'll come out and I'll just like, look, I'll put it right here, and I won't tell anybody I lost an arm, because you don't know what that person's going through. And I think about people in that sense.
I mean, that just shows that you've been through some shit.
Yeah.
Because you typically don't think that way unless you actually been through some shit.
Correct. And you wouldn't be talking the way that you talk unless you've been through some shit too.
So, yeah, I've been there.
You know, we all speak out of experience. We don't speak out of our asses. And some people do, but, you know, that's what you are what you mean. You are what you, and you attract what you are. You are what you attract, and you attract what you are. You don't go beyond that, because, you know, I hear a lot of people, oh yeah, I'm a good judge of character. No, it's just that you touch base with people, and you touch base with similarities, and you deal with the backstabbing, and you deal with the nonsense, and it's either you're going to learn it, or you're going to continue to fall in the same trap. And as teens growing up, it's unavoidable. It's unavoidable. It's phases. You go through phases. I went through this phase, and I went through this phase, and I went through this, but it's how you push out of it. That's how
it's crazy though, man, because people get caught in them cycles for life, and that develops them as a human for life. You know what I mean? Like some shit that happened at 17 years old or whatever. Like,
they let that run their life.
Yeah, like that's them for life now, whether they realize it or not. Like that program is playing out over and over again. You know,
it built their character, and they don't get out of that robotic state. So maybe a conversation like this will, because they're not listening.
All it takes. Shift your perspective, a little conversation, you're good, man. So I mean, that's why I like these like what we did tonight. I like that because it's a, you know, we're kind of free conversating versus a script or a topic of sorts. It's like, look, here we are in space, 3 different perspectives. We're all here for the same purpose. Let's be real. And you know, I think people want to hear how other people are feeling about the same situation, you know, like not just what happened today.
Correct. You know? I'm answering. He's so excited, and I know he is, because he loves this kind of talk. So he's like, oh, He's like, let me know when you post the video. I'll share it. I'll share it.
Who's that, Viking?
Yeah.
Yo, Viking's good people, man. I like Viking.
I told you.
I knew I'd like him. I knew I'd like him.
But I was surprised when I told you, yo, let's get on. Like, do you want to do a video? And you were like all for it. So I was like, damn, like.
Oh, dude, I'm all about it, man. It's just a matter of logistics. You know what I mean? I look forward to the next time we all get together.
Look what he wrote.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like.
Let me show you what he wrote, because I can share that with you. Hold on.
It's just, you know what I mean? Like, people are yearning for this. They want to hear real feedback from the community. You know what I mean? I really believe that.
Watch. Do you see it? Do you see right here?
Hold on, I'm full screen. I don't see nothing.
Oh, there you go. You see
There
where it says, laugh out loud, no worries, blah, blah, blah.
Nah, man, like, whenever you guys are ready to go, I'm good.
I love it. He's into it like we are, you know, and
he is, and he comes off as quality people, like, as far as I took him.
If you know what quality,
you know what I mean? Like,
you know what quality is.
Yeah, you can see it from slight interaction. I was like, man, I vibe with this guy. Like, I like him.
Process. I look. There's only a couple things I don't like, and I don't like. And I'm gonna be straight up. I don't like people that. And I'm not saying that I don't like. I don't personally. Nothing against it, but I don't like it around me. A snake. I don't like a snake.
Nah.
Because a snake is waiting for you to turn around to fucking bite you in the ass. You know.
Yeah.
Their predatory instincts kick in, and it's just like it's natural.
Yeah.
Like, if I come at you, I'm coming at you genuine. I don't need anything from you, and don't prey on me because you think that I have a quality that you can use later on. That's a snake.
It is, man. It really is.
They laugh, they smile in front of you, but because they see a quality that maybe they could use in the future. It's like a collateral type of thing. It's an image. It's a front.
It's a turn off, you know.
It really, well, you don't know it is until it happens to you.
Yeah, I feel like people are peeping that shit more now. Like, as time goes on, I feel like people are like, they're more in tune with authentic and not authentic. You know what I mean? Like,
you got to bring it back. It's just like old school hip hop or new school hip hop.
That's truth, man. Like, for real. Like, they're starting to get it a little bit because the space is, a little bit flooded with whatever. So they're like, yo, I want to hear something that connects with me as just a person that's in this space. Like, what's really going on here? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I hope some shit's going on. They want to connect with that. You know what I mean? So there's that lane, man. That's why I'm like, yo, do what you're doing, because that lane it's there, and no one's doing it. No one's doing it. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's there doing the news, but no one's doing that.
Well, because I want to hear. See,
people want to hear.
I never had a conversation with you, right? Why was I so selective to be like, okay, why Altcoin, right? But it's just you feed off the vibe. You do.
Yeah, I'm there.
And it's just like, there's people that really, really honestly care about the community and see things in a way that you will never, you know?
I try to stay in that place. You know what I mean? I'm like, look, my investment is what it is at this point, no matter what happens. So anything past that is my choice. So if I'm going to interact with this community, I want it to be authentic. And I want whoever I connect with, to mean something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
it has to mean.
Otherwise, it's a waste of my time.
If you don't speak up, you know who I honestly think is like really trying to talk like heavy, and I've been trying to like well, I was waiting for you first, because Viking he comes on whenever he wants, and you can come on.
Viking's a man, yeah.
But it's that first initial impression and coming on and feeling comfortable with it. But I want John to come on, and just like
John who?
John that he's in our group, the Bullish family.
I'm trying to think. What
John that he's he talks about 401k, and he's always in there with DAD and Deshaun and
okay, I think I know.
He showed all the content creators mad love. Like, he was like, these people are I want to thank these people in specific, and he named all of us.
He's trying to help out, man. He seems like he's really trying.
Correct. And then he'll bring something that he knows personally, but he wants to put it out. just like biking, just like I mean, everybody's just trying to put their knowledge together and make something work. You're gonna,
Yeah,
you're gonna
just have
throw us together.
conversations and
Just like, look, have you ever seen A Bug's Life?
yeah, dude, don't get me going on that.
Don't
Don't get me
touch the
going on.
drums right there.
But if you say A Bug's Life, we're on the same page.
Well, okay, and
You know
ants.
what I mean?
You remember Ants?
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole nother old school. Okay, well those are movies. Those are little movies that we saw when we were kids, or at least I was a kid, or maybe like kind of a kid. But you start to picture that, and you if you it either captivates you or it's just another cartoon.
Yeah.
And if I say A Bug's Life, and then you're like, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you surround yourself with the people that you choose to surround yourself for a reason.
It's convenient. It's nice.
If I'm wrong, then I was wrong, but you learn from that.
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
You know? No, I'm not saying I am, but I'm just saying, like, in the long run, hey, you learn from your mistakes. So what's wrong with that? You know?
That's why I feel comfortable, though, is because I'm sitting in this spot, not married to my beliefs. Every day, I could shift the way I believe things are going down 180 degrees tomorrow if the proper evidence is placed in front of me. You know what I mean? So with that said, right now I'm saying the things I'm saying because of what I've seen.
Yeah.
And with that's that's where we are. And every day changes.
And it's just like earlier, you know how you were agreeing with Viking, and it wasn't that I was disagreeing, but it was the fact that, like, I see it from another standpoint. You know?
Yeah.
You guys were on point 100%, but I go to small details. Just like I say, like that's why I do it as a joke too, but so people see my perspective. Like the big boat. How big is the boat? Like, you know, because people like clarity. You know?
Yeah.
People like clarity because you say a
yearn
boat.
for it, man. It's natural.
Exactly, but that's
you want to know what's up. You want to know what's going on.
Exactly. No, everybody learns differently. I learn with imagery. You know, I teach with imagery. Like, I want people to see it, feel it, touch it, smell it. What better way than that? That's just me. And that's why I always do that. I do it for fun, but I also do it so that people could get an image of how big the boat really is. Yeah. You know, because it could be a yacht party, like it could be, you know, a little fucking 12-foot fishing boat. So you grasp the size of that thought. Understand?
Absolutely.
So, like, for example, when I said the 12-inch sub, you know, we took it as a joke, but he said, yeah, a fucking 12-inch fucking sub from hell, right? So you grasp that, right? You see it, you feel it, you touch it. And that's the whole concept.
Yeah, it becomes real to you, you know?
It becomes an image. It's something you can see. It's not broad. People are talked to broad on a daily basis.
And I mean, there's a lot of people in the space that are kind of like, I mean, I don't know how to put it politely, but they really don't have a good grasp on reality, in my opinion, in this country at least, to begin with. So when you superimpose, a financial
without knowledge,
and this and that, it's like, man, you gotta understand this guy's just doing what he's doing on a daily basis, and he comes online, an hour a day, and
then look. If you find something strange about it that you don't like, then why don't you talk to him and tell him, listen, why do you think this way? Instead of fighting it or saying, oh man, fuck this guy. Yeah, that's the easy route. Confront.
Yeah, because if I mean, like we're saying, if you have some ground, we're all ears. All we want is the new information of what's real.
I'm not here to fight anybody.
Hell no. If you come with some real shit, I'll throw it out there, even if the XRP community hates it.
Yeah, if
it's real,
you don't have to agree with the world, and you're not cool for it either. You're cool when you're able to share your thoughts and gain knowledge from somebody else's mentality.
Absolutely, and
we're not sharks, bro. We're trying to survive together.
No, because I mean, if anything plays out nearly what we're projecting, I mean, it's a win-win-win.
It's better that we unite. It's better that
there's no loser. So either we change what we're doing as far as what we believe to be playing out through collective information, or we hold the course. And I'm holding course until I fucking see something better. You know what I mean?
Hello, good morning.
I do not. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna stop the recording here. That doesn't mean you gotta leave, but I'm gonna stop the recording here because it's gonna be very long. It's gonna be very long to edit, and it'll probably be in part.
nah, that's cool with me. That was good. I like that. That was good.
Well, as far as the video goes, we'll still have a conversation. But
yeah,
I hope you guys like it. If you don't, cool. If you did, cool. But just let us know why. Give us your feedback. You can always, if you're on the podcast, you can leave a message, record it. If you're on YouTube or wherever you're watching it, and I know I have a lot of followers that are probably not going to be in tune with this because they're strictly one thought, but if you could be open-minded, cool. If not, then shift, you know. Nothing to do with you personally or nothing to do with anybody personally. This is just us talking and sharing our thoughts and opinions, and I hope you could value that for what it is, because you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that, and from people that are actually trying hard to guide everybody in the right direction. Like, there's no harm here done. You know, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and nobody's battling anybody. Nobody's fighting nobody, and nobody's against each other. Period. We're all here to invest. Get that through your head, please. If you have any questions for,
a lot of artificial divides going on right now in space.
Yes,
we're all here for the same reason.
Correct. So we're gonna end it at that. Okay. Please let us know what you think. Okay, and have a great night. Oh, Mo.